Well, it is indeed Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. Today has been a wild Tuesday, to say the least. I did not expect as many tours to get announced this morning as there were. Like, there was so many. How many updates did I do? I have the full thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's about like 15 shows that were just added to our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. This morning, I shared like 3 of those tour posters. Slaughter to Prevail, Whitechapel, and Attila making their way to the Complex in Salt Lake March 27th. And then March 28th, they'll be at the Revolution Concert House in Boise. I'm thinking about doing the Slaughter to Prevail show on the 27th in Salt Lake, spend the night in Salt Lake, and then the next night going to see Lamb of God, Kublai Khan, Fit for an Autopsy, and Sangui Sugabog. Now, I'm not going to sit here and list off all the tours that were announced this morning. Again, you can find them on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. Amon Amarth and Death Clock announced a tour together coming to the Union Event Center in Salt Lake May 20th. They're calling it the Amon Clock Conquest. I'm going to try my best to not mess up saying that. Otherwise, I would have to dump out of myself. Also, Vana and Deadlands with like Cloudy Field and Red Hook, which it's a lower tier tour, but Vana and Deadlands together, I'm excited for that. Making their way to Salt Lake May 9th at the Complex, May 10th at the Shrine Social Club in Boise. Again, you can find all these shows on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. Also, Bilmuri announced a tour with the home team, April 18th, the Union Event Center. Oh, man. I've been dying to see Bilmuri live, and hopefully that can happen next year. Anyway, Peach's Pit Party. We'll be back here in just a few. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Also, make sure to check out the concert calendar, only because if I missed a tour, let me know, like DM me at Brendan Peach on social media. Well, that was stupid of me because I was all excited talking about all the upcoming tours that have been announced for 2026 making their way to the area. Then I completely forgot to mention that at the start of the show, I played the band Downswing, who I just interviewed like 2 of their members. I interviewed 2 of their members, not like 2 of their members. I interviewed Harrison, the lead singer. I also interviewed Manny, the drummer. Their Toronto show got canceled tonight, so they had some time on the tour bus to chat with me. We talked a lot about touring in the winter, talked about AI potentially coming into play when it comes to music in the future. We talked about a lot, actually, but their latest album, And Everything Was Dark, is one of my favorite albums of this year. I wanted to tell them, I'm like, I know it doesn't matter at all about what my list is going to look like for the best albums of 2025 because I'm a nobody radio DJ broadcasting in East Idaho. But honestly, the top 2 albums for this year for me, Architects, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between, and then number 2, Downswing, And Everything Was Dark. I played For What It's Worth when I first heard it for Peach's Pick of the Day when it first came out not that long ago. But then I really got hooked onto the rest of the album. Downswing, if you haven't heard of them, definitely check out my interview that'll be up on our YouTube channel at some point here tonight at KBear 101 RMG. And make sure to check out their album, And Everything Was Dark. Right now on Peach's Pit Party on KBear 101, we got the Pretty Reckless for I Am Death. So it was like a week or 2 ago that I mentioned GameStop's Trade Anything Day. Well, I guess things are coming or things are going online from that day. Like stories from that day are making their way online. The company reported accepting over 80,000 strange items during their Trade Anything Day. GameStop is notorious. If you're not familiar with GameStop, like you're a mom that's like, I don't really play video games or something like that. GameStop used to be a great video game store. Now they've turned into this like, hey, you want to buy some junk? You want to buy like a Pokemon plushie? Come on in. You want to buy a Funko Pop? Come on in. Well, we could really dive deep into the decline of physical video games causing GameStop to turn into this, but that's a whole other podcast, you know? But anyway, GameStop, they're also notorious for not giving you that much money when it comes to your video games. Like you could trade in your entire collection for just like $5. They would give you like $5 cash or $7 store credit, you know? GameStop's Trade Anything Day went off the rails after a taxidermy bobcat was turned in. They accepted that. They also accepted a goose. A Wii Netflix disc showed up, which is such an ancient artifact. I mean, instant streaming disc for the Wii. I'm looking at it here. Yeah, you would put it into the Wii, and that's how you would access Netflix. Wow. They really took a broken... Oh, no, this is not a broken plastic spoon. This is just a plastic spoon. They took a fake Xbox 360 game called Bird Game 3. They took a copy... Is that the Declaration of Independence? Yeah, they took a copy of GameStop Trade Anything Day. I should have participated in this. Someone also turned in a speed limit 20 sign. Man, I should have this would have been perfect to get rid of my Funko Pops with. Do they still accept Funko Pops? I sold a couple of my little dumb Funkos, but now I have 3 or 4 of them left, and I might save 2 just to give away at the company Christmas party. Maybe I should just sell those instead. I don't know. I'll have to look up if GameStop accepts Funkos while this commercial break happens. I'm getting mixed answers online. I looked up if I could trade in my Funko Pops that I just want to get rid of. I see the AI overview telling me, yes, GameStop accepts trade-ins for many Funko Pops. They can be traded for cash or some store credit, But then people also ask, can I sell my Funko Pops to GameStop? Answer, you cannot currently sell Funko Pops to GameStop. Do I need to call them and just ask, hey, please tell me you guys are buying these things? Anyway, that wasn't the point of this break. I really had nothing else lined up. I just was looking that up and realized, it's my time to talk on the air again. Oh, man. Are you excited for Christmas? We got, how many days now? 16 days left till Christmas. I haven't done any shopping whatsoever at all. I need to. I've gotten some good ideas. I might just sit down tonight and spend some money, buy 2 presents each for my parents, my sister, my girlfriend, of course. That's about it, I think. Really. Oh, look, the GameStop Trade-In Day also made the radio prep. A painting of Snoop Dogg was also taken from GameStop. McDonald's Grinchmas socks. I see the Netflix disc being mentioned. GameStop considered the event to be a huge success after accepting more than 80,000 items. Now, what are they going to do with that painting of Snoop Dogg? Is a worker going to take it back? Is a worker going to take the stuffed bobcat that I mentioned previously? What are they going to do with these items? Are they going to try to resell them? Is GameStop going to become even weirder? It's going to look like one of those weird antique shops, those weird pawn shops you walk in. Not only do they sell video games, but you can also buy this stuffed bobcat for an outrageous amount of money. The World Cup next summer is going to feature more commercials. Yay, right? FIFA announced that every game will feature a 3-minute hydration break during each half. The soccer governing body claims it will prioritize player welfare because of expected high temps in cities like Dallas, Miami, and Mexico City. These hydration breaks will allow broadcasters to plan for an extra 6 minutes of ads where they usually are none. So, yay. More of a reason to not watch the stupid soccer games. The NFL has made a change to the Week 16 schedule. The New England Patriots' December 21st road game against the Baltimore Ravens has been flexed into the Sunday night spot, which means the originally scheduled Cincinnati Bengals Sunday night showdown with the Miami Dolphins has been moved to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. our time. The primetime move makes sense for ratings because the Patriots are a surprising powerhouse this season with an 11-2 record, while the Bengals and Dolphins, they have just been sputtering, A father trying to reduce his 3-year-old screen time has led to the youngest player ever to get a FIDE ranking from the International Chess Federation. Oh boy, Sir Wagya Singh Kushwaha. Sounded like I just casted a spell. Who only started playing chess around a year ago, recently received an FIDE rating of 1572 at the age of 3 years, 7 months, and 20 days. A player is only recognized by the Federation if they have a minimum score of 1,400 after playing at least 5 games against ranked opponents, and Kushwaha earned it after winning 5 of the 8 matches he played in sanctioned events, which included wins over 20, 22, and 29-year-old opponents. Imagine losing to a 3-year-old at chess. I would give up right then and there. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. We have talked about this subreddit quite a lot on the air, the r/bald subreddit. It is going viral because, thousands of men are in there supporting each other through hair loss with compliments and encouragement. One person said, "This has to be the most supportive community on the internet. You guys are making me blush." It is pretty great that you can go in there. Somebody tweeted this out not that long ago. The r/bald subreddit is an example of wholesome masculine body positivity. Every post is a guy showing his clearly past the point of no return thinning hair and asking, "Is it time?" And the top reply is always the image of two bald guys with their hand on the shoulder of some guy who, is presumably balding. And it's always great. It's always great to see how much better these dudes look without the thinning hair on top of their head, right? I remember the day that I decided to shave my head, and it was awesome. August 28th, 2024. It was the day before my birthday. I just did it, surprised everybody, and yeah, I believe that live stream is still up from when we revealed it to everyone on the Facebook page at KBear 101 FM. Shout out to r/bald. Such a great subreddit. I love how this just all of a sudden made the news. Jackie Vernon, who voiced Frosty the Snowman, his own son exposed him for having 3 secret families. Could you believe that? For some reason now, your son just exposes you like that. I mean, it's not good to have 3 secret families, but why is it now the son was like, "Hey, by the way, my dad, he's a piece of crap. He did this, Jackie Vernon, who brought the beloved Frosty character to life in the 1969 Frosty the Snowman and its 1976 sequel, Frosty Winter Wonderland, had multiple families before settling down with his wife Hazel, according to his son. David, who was one of 3 kids Vernon had with Hazel, made the bombshell confession during a November 30th appearance on the Nostalgia Tonight with Joe Sibilia radio show. Oh man, it would have been great to have him on as a guest. You have Jackie Vernon's son on for some reason. Has David Vernon done anything worth interviewing him about? I might just be ignorant in this case, but it's just weird to have his son on. Well, I know the dad's probably dead, but it's just weird to randomly have Jackie Vernon's son on your radio show. And then he just goes, "Hey, by the way, my dad, he had at least 3 secret families." He then goes on to explained that he learned of his father's past when a woman came to their family home searching for him. Oh man, wouldn't that be brutal? Yikes. Big yikes. David said there was a woman there with a kid who was older than I was. He was probably in his late teens and a little rough around the edges looking. David said he told the woman that his father was out of town, but the woman insisted on speaking with his mother, Hazel. Talks about the whole story. I would feel like I just hit the jackpot if I was that radio show host. If someone just confessed something like that to me, I would get that shared everywhere right away. Let's do some Daughtry, the bottom here on KBear 101. Why are now people all of a sudden just obsessed with the Grinch? Like, it wasn't all that crazy in the past, but McDonald's released their Grinch meal or whatever, and a lot of people, including my own girlfriend, have been trying to get the meal, but it sells out. Every single restaurant nowadays, too, they always come out with these, special meals. These fast food restaurants, they always come out with these, specialty little things, and they run out so fast. And every single time you try to order it, whether it's in the app or just at the speaker, they always go, "Oh, we're sorry. We ran out of those a week ago." Then take it off the menu, The Grinch meal, people have been obsessing over these Grinch socks. I, for one, can never actually be excited for something like that just because I got massive feet, because I'm a tall guy, size 16 foot. So it's you can't really wear normal socks. You have to go to a place like oddball.com to get your socks, or go to the big and tall section and get yourself some socks from there. But I think the last time I checked the big and tall section, they had socks that were size 12 to 15. So I was one size too big for those, But yeah, going back to the whole Grinch thing, why is it that all of a sudden, like this year, everyone's just obsessed with the Grinch, getting the Grinch style Christmas tree, getting the Grinch onesie? I saw a post about how TJ Maxx had all of their Grinch stuff moved to the front of the store and how everyone should rush to TJ Maxx to get those things. Why? Are we just going against Santa now? We're just loving the Grinch? That has to be one of the most annoying Christmas songs, too. The whole, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, and just roasts the Grinch for, 2 or 3 minutes anyway. Let's move on from that. Let's do some Pierce the Veil. So Far, So Fake on K-Bear 101. Caramel from Sleep Token, which made the list of r/metalcore. Basically, was it yesterday? I kind of lost track already. It was yesterday. I posted in r/metalcore, what are the worst songs of 2025? And there was a whole list that they gave me. I ended up posting it on our TikTok, all over our socials at KBear 101 FM. And there were a lot of people going, rage bait, rage bait. It's like, no, I'm just asking the question, what are the worst songs of the year? We had that whole debate about Avenged Sevenfold's Magic. And then people started listing off other tracks. I mean, it was pretty much just like, hey, list every popular release of 2025, like The Devil Wears Prada. They had a pretty mixed review album. Is that how you put it? No, they had mixed reviews when it came to their latest album. Falling in Reverse with Hardy released that track, All My Women, and that song was kind of just silly, and I don't know how I feel about it because I think it's just kind of cringe almost, but then there were people listing off other tracks from like A Day to Remember, like All My Friends. Somebody else listed Feedback, and I forgot. That wasn't one of my favorite A Day to Remember tracks. That was actually pretty bad. Feedback was not good at all, to me at least, but, to each their own. But I released that list, and Caramel from Sleep Token also was on that list. If you want to see it again, it's all over our socials at KBear 101 FM, and I think my thread that I started on r/metalcore is still near the top. If you want to go read all the comments there, I think there's over like 200 comments on that thing. Usually I like to avoid the national holidays. Today is Christmas card day. A reminder to send out your Christmas cards if you haven't done so already. I've been slacking this holiday season. Like, I have not done anything. I haven't done any present shopping. I haven't done my Christmas card. Last year, I think I sent mine out pretty early. I made a collage of like all the best photos of me from 2024, like me getting arrested by Lieutenant Crane. There was also a picture of me with a couple of different bands in there, things like that. Maybe I should have. I still have time to do so. I still have everyone's addresses that I got from last year too. So maybe I could print them out. I know last year I had a whole lot of issues with trying to print them out at Walmart. It wasn't Walmart's fault. It was just the way that I was formatting them. Like, I used Photoshop and had just a very generic Merry Christmas from Brendan Peach, and it was a whole bunch of different pictures of me. The Walmart printout service would cut off part of the card, and so I had to keep reprinting them. That was my first world problem last year, trying to get my Christmas cards correct, If you want to send us your Christmas card, stop by the studio or look up our address. We'd love to put it on our studio door. I know Classy 97. They want your Christmas cards as well. They like to decorate their door with all of them. I love Christmas card sending and collecting. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of those old-fashioned things that I just love for some reason. I know, very weird, very weird. God, I love these silly jokes that they put in these little dumb stories here. Passengers on a high-end cruise went bananas after their journey was delayed by a few bunches of bananas. P&O Cruises Iona ship, which holds more than 5,000 passengers, was due to depart from Southampton, England on Saturday, heading on a 2-week trip to Spain, Portugal, and the Canary Islands before it was delayed. The trouble started when several shipping containers, mostly containing bananas, fell off a cargo ship near the Nab Tower Lighthouse, where the boat was docked. The Coast Guard confirmed they are working with the owners of the cargo ship who are responsible for recovering said containers. How long does that cleanup process go? Did bananas spill out into the water? This is as crazy as it's getting today. talking about an unappealing trip. Oh, sorry. That is today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear 101. I always see these posts pop up about how much money Macaulay Culkin would have had to spend on his grocery trip in Home Alone. I should say Kevin McAllister, how much money that grocery trip would have cost in today's day and age versus back in 1990 when that first movie came out. I was shocked when I rewatched the movie. I rewatched Home Alone, and Kevin McAllister's total for all that stuff came out to just under $20. And I forgot exactly how much it would cost now, but I know it's a whole lot more than that. But how much will the gifts in the 12 Days of Christmas run you this year? You know that song? According to PNC's Christmas Price Index, the cost of the gifts in the carol have reached an all-time high of $51,476.12 this year. Here's the breakdown. You got one partridge in a pear tree, $420. Two turtle doves, $750. Three French hens, $346. I mean, the most expensive thing are the 10 Lords of Leaping, $16,836. Don't you love seeing these types of posts? How much better life was back then versus now, you know? You always see those posts pop up, bring back $500 apartments and all those other great things from back then that we'll no longer see ever. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.